everybody, it's Friday and we're back again, episode 3 of the Euro Show, and we've got a stacked show for you here as we look back at some of the match day 2 games and look ahead to match day 3.
I'm definitely looking forward to today's episode because we have a former Singapore international with us. Of course, he used to captain our Lions. Nazri Nasir is in the house to take us through some of the big games from match day 2, right?
And we've also got another athlete, not a footballer, but we have Derek Wong, Singapore Olympian, Commonwealth Games silver medalist, and he's going to be talking us through some interesting tactics on fantasy football that seem to be paying off for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part that we're all looking forward to, but I think the big one today, James, is we are going to be drawing out the winner of the ZLATAN signed jersey, of course. It's ZLATAN, the legend himself. So I think you guys better watch out for that because, you know, we don't know who's going to win. It's all going to be live right here on the Euro Show.
Yep, ZLATAN says, watch this show. We've got lots more coming up. Skills challenge, audience quiz member challenge. Get ready for the show. And in the comments right now, you can already start putting your last goal scorer predictions for Portugal against Germany to win a Portugal or a Germany jersey. But what are we waiting for? Let's start the show.
And we're here with former Singapore international Nazri Nasir in the house here in the Euro Show. Welcome, Nazri. First, I want to speak about the big game, which was France and Germany. France, of course, killing it, you know, on the pitch. Pogba had such a fantastic game, I have to say, among some of the other players who really shone like Kylian Mbappe. You can see here as well on screen, Hummels, of course, scoring that own goal. Take us through that game. I mean, you must have watched it, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a very tough game, especially you know, France and Germany. We've been always a difficult game, and then these two teams are the strongest, you know. So while I look at it overall, I think France basically in the first half they take advantage of the games. You know, they create a lot of chances. I think Pogba was, I can see he do a lot of this creating passes and movement and everything. I think from the first goal you can see it's a great pass from him, you know, a quality pass from him, good vision, a square pass. Of course, unfortunately is a own goal, but if even that, if even get Amal didn't get the ball, but definitely there's exactly.
Yeah.
And also there's a few chances in the second half where, of course, maybe got a clearance, but it's an offside. 2 goals in offside. You can see that. Even Karim Benzema also got a chance that, and also offside. But again, as I said, France is on top of that game, and then of course can see second half. You know, so Germany tried to create a few chances. You know, they got very good chances to score, but unfortunately he just over the bar. That's I can see that. That's about it. Yep.
And what about Germany? I mean, they didn't look like their real selves, I think, here. I mean, I wouldn't say outclassed, but we know that the Germans have their own style, their own form, and a reputation to maintain.
Correct.
So, where does Germany go from here, really?
I mean, okay, Germany is Germany. You know, I mean, they always perform well, especially in the big games. You know, especially in the qualifying European or even World Cup. You know, maybe they didn't do well in this game, but I think that they are still very good chance for them to qualify, you know, because I said you can see throughout many years Germany thinks, you know, they are very patient in the build up plays, you know, they will get a chance. Okay, I think maybe that game they didn't get the goal that they want, but I'm sure against the next game will be, fortunately, the goal will come.
Yeah, it's interesting because we talk about this as the group of death, right? With Portugal, Germany, France and Hungary. But the reality is in a tournament where 3 teams get through the group, you can afford to be the 3rd best team in that group. I mean, we've talked last week, Portugal won the tournament last time after finishing 3rd in their group. If we assume Hungary are going to get beaten, everybody's got 3 points off the board, right?
Yeah.
The Portugal-Germany game, which we'll talk about a bit later, does become important because there is still a possibility you could finish 3rd with 3 points and not get through.
Correct.
You could, you might not. So a big game tonight, and against the Portugal side who they stuttered a little bit. It took them a long time to break through Hungary, but once the breakthrough came, the floodgates opened.
Yeah, you can see that. You know, I mean, Hungary played very defensive. You know, they are very tight at the back. I mean, Portugal got a lot of chances he create. You know, there's a few chances for Ronaldo to score, but it can't, of course. Almost take about 84 minutes then score the first goal. But I think I can say Portugal is a team that you know, I can say that they have a good chance, to go further. And we saw that Portugal is a team that we need to look out for. Okay, but of course, Ronaldo was, he's always there. He played this big game where he will go to the highest, and he always perform very well in the big game.
So Ronaldo, of course, really to the fore again. He set a couple of records. Firstly, first player ever to appear at 5 European Championships, which is incredible in itself. And then he went and broke the European Championship goal scoring record with his first goal, the 10th, and then got a second, the 11th. Yeah. But the thing that stood out to me is he seems to be the only player that can score a penalty at this tournament as well, because we've seen Denmark miss, we've seen Gareth Bale miss, we saw Ukraine miss last night. Ronaldo's the only guy that can score a penalty, but a real leader's performance.
Yeah, of course, Ronaldo, is a machine. Okay, his guy is crazy. He always like to break records. He always to anything that he think that you can achieve, he will go for it. I mean, again, I can see that the penalty was a good penalty that he scored. The second was superb. He dribbled around the keepers, and how confident he is. And as I said, this guy, okay, he's for the big tournament, big game, he always be there, and he will create history for the football, and that's what he's aimed for.
Yeah, as long as he's on the pitch, they've got a chance,
correct,
right?
Correct.
Off the pitch, also interesting. Bit of a stir this week. Ronaldo killing all the shareholders of Coke by moving the bottles, and then we had Pogba following suit, removing the Heineken as well, and we even had one of the Scottish team maybe querying why he doesn't get the same treatment. So UEFA's come out and said last night, please stop removing the bottles, and that they've told the players you are not allowed to remove the bottles unless it is for religious reasons. So if you are a Muslim and it's alcohol, you can remove it. So it'll be interesting to see what religion Cristiano Ronaldo ascribes.
It doesn't apply to him.
His body is a temple, right? We'll follow that one. But hopefully some of that drama will go away now. Italy, Ash.
Locatelli, let's talk about the Italians. I mean, I watched that game. They were simply amazing. I mean, the style, they were like a unit right now, Nazri. I mean, especially Locatelli here. Yep. He isn't exactly a star at Sassuolo, and now, obviously on loan from Milan. I think Milan are watching this game and definitely going, we are going to get him next season for sure. We're going to buy him back.
Yeah, or the price is about to go sky high.
Exactly. I can imagine what the agents are thinking. What are your thoughts on that game and their performance?
I mean, Italy's, there's no stars in the team, I can see. That's what I look at it. They were good team spirits, they got good leader, Cialini at the back. They have, I said, tactical wise, Italy is always good, especially in defense, how they organize it. As I said, they don't really too much depends on, and everybody can score. Okay, so that's what I believe it, and I think that this Italy is always. You remember the time when nobody expected Italy to win the World Cup, I think, but he did. So this is the same thing that they are 2 games and they're winning, and I think that these are teams that a dark horse and you expect them to go far.
So 900 minutes, they've not conceded a single goal. So they're known for their defensive style of play. So this Italy is very attacking. I like this style, but what are your thoughts? Is it changing? Is it because of the new generation that's coming on board?
He always like that. When you have new players, they are hungry for success. They young players coming in and they got opportunity, and I think Maldini did very well. Mancini did very well to bring together from experienced players with younger players to mix around, and this is what it's all about. In football, you need the transition from it's about time to get all the youngest players to come in, and I think, as I said, they as a unit they are performing very well. Yep.
Absolutely, and they're through to the next round. Of course, seems like. As we all know, as you guys may also have seen from their, anthem singing, they're so full of passion, the Italian passion, as they like to say. And of course, I'm sure the Italian Spartan meme here really strikes a chord. It's amazing, right? Nazri seeing them sing that, anthem out loud, full of pride. I think even as a player for Singapore at the time, you must have been very proud in comparison.
Yeah. I think it's always like you're carrying the national flag. It's always you're hungry to show it. But again, as I said, when you are singing national anthem, you're so loud and you're just passionate and you want to show that we are mean business. That is what I look at it.
There you go. Yep. Viva Italia, as they say, right?
talking of a country that means business,
Oh,
your Welshies came good.
They did.
I might
They
do some
did.
here, but I mean, we're going to come to your Turkey allegiances in a second, but we'll start with your Welsh allegiances. Great performance from Wales.
Yeah, I mean, look at Wales. Okay, Adams, he was performing very well. Gareth Bale was outstanding. I think these two players will bring up Wales to another level. So I can see that. As I said again, these teams are together. They are as a unit, and then they want to show something that they are not an easy ride. Yeah. So look at it against Turkey. Turkey expect to do so well. Like what you mentioned, Pogba was mentioned that Turkey is the team to watch. But again, we disappointed to see Turkey the way they play. But again, Wales stand up, and then nobody expect. And they got 4 points, so they are basically through for next round.
Gareth Bale, bit of a golf drive over the crossbar there. He perhaps was going for the green up there in the stands, but he came good in the second half.
Of course.
A lot of people been writing Aaron Ramsey off.
Exactly.
Played the last couple of months at Juventus. A lot of people writing Gareth Bale off over the last year or so. But I guess there's an advantage here. Two players that haven't played a lot of football this season.
Correct. I mean, agreed. Ramsey didn't play so much on his club level in the club team. Gareth Bale, of course, when he came to Spurs, as you know, Spurs, huh? Yeah.
Spurs,
okay.
Spurs.
Yeah. Tottenham Spurs.
There we go.
Yeah. As you know that you went to Spurs, he has a very less chance, especially with the coach there. So he basically, when he got a chance to play. Basically, he will give the best. You can say the second goal that he created. He beat players in the line, and then he cut back. Was brilliant. And then this is Gareth Bale. He will do all these things that nobody expect. Yeah.
Someone said to me the other day, look at Gareth Bale. He looks unplayable. What was Jose thinking? And my answer was, I think Jose thought he was unplayable as well. Unfortunately, unplayable on the bench. But you talked about their team spirit, but what's going on here?
You know what, James? I've been seeing this meme a lot on social media. I've been trying to avoid it, but unfortunately you found this, so we have to talk about it on the show today. As you can see, Wales team photos always have this funny, side about them where they leave a lot of empty space here, which I know it's very funny, but my Welsh grandpa used to say in the Welsh folklore there's always a lot of spirits and dragons and stuff. So I think just for good luck they're leaving that space, for the beings from the other world.
It is apparently good luck, right? If you don't know the story of this, they started doing it in around the qualifying for Euro 2016, and they did it completely by accident. In their words, we're just not very good at organising, they started winning. But they have confessed that since then they do actually plan out, and they're joking that at some point in the near future they may put everyone in the front and just the goalkeeper in the back, or
see, they're having fun, James. That's the whole point.
But not only the men.
Exactly. There you have equality here.
And well, I have to say, I think the ladies do it even better than the men do. And it goes all the way down to their youth teams as well. If you're the photographer and you're doing this, you must be looking at this like, what do you want me to do?
I'm in trouble for my job.
Turkey, Ash. Paul Parker tipped them as a dark horse.
Yeah, first episode.
I have to tell the viewers, Ash was like, I want to wear my Turkey shirt, I want to wear my Turkey shirt. We said go for it, and then the Wales game happened, but we made her wear it anyway.
Obviously, the reason why was because, being in Asia, Turkey is the closest part geographically to us. So by right, we should be supporting Turkey. But I just want to go back to Şenol Güneş as well. He was the coach for the Turkey in the semi-finals in the 2002 World Cup. The disappointment I saw on his face, in that game. The players just didn't give it. I'm sure you know, Nazri. They just didn't show up the way they should. They were so lazy, so scrappy on the field. What was that? What was that from Turkey?
I mean, look at it's been a very, very long season, this kind of thing, when they play to the club and then now they have to play to the national team. With the pandemic is around, So it's always that, not only for Turkey. I mean, I'm sure other teams is the same thing, But of course, it's very disappointing for Turkey. I mean, you expect them to perform well, to be the dark horse, but things are not going their way. It's just that they just not together as a team. That's very important. So that is what you need together as a team, not only from the playing itself, the backroom staff or wherever, they need to push up and they need to go as a team. That's why I look at it. There's a lack on the team spirits from Turkey.
So they're in a bit of trouble now. If they've got to at least beat Switzerland. Even that might not
sure
get
about
them
that,
through. But if they don't beat Switzerland, they're out. They're done. And that Turkey-Italy final we were hoping for might not happen. Another big game, and again, you know, we talked in the last show about the Christian Eriksen situation. The good news is he continues to get better. They're talking about putting a kind of artificial defibrillator in his heart, and it will be interesting to see. That's the same one that Blind of the Netherlands has. This game, most notable, I think, last night for the 10th minute, where the players all stopped and applauded as a show of support to Christian Eriksen. But even before that, Denmark got off to a flyer, second fastest goal in European Championship history. You know, we talked with Sassi on Tuesday, and we were saying it could go one of two ways. Either their tournament is over because their mind is not on the football, or they could come out firing and fighting and doing it for Christian. And it looked at the beginning that they were going that way.
Yeah, I mean, against whatever happened in the last game where Eriksen this kind of problem, but that will motivate them to come back stronger. You know, especially with playing against Belgium. I mean, the first 2 minutes they're already up on the games. You know, and they perform and they create a lot of chances. You know, attacking wise, you look at the scoring chances that they have.
21 shots, but only 5 on target.
Correct. But still, you know, at this kind of level, you know, and then they're showing that they want to win the game, and that's all it is. You know, so again, as I said, players are all focus and they want to do so well for Eriksen or whatever reason, so they are on fire, you know. So that's a look at it.
But then unfortunately for them, this man returned perhaps earlier than anybody thought he would.
Of course.
And the game went with him.
I mean, he did so well in the club, you know. Look at it, you know, he's a leader in the teams, you know. He always creates chances. The first goal that he created was a good movement, good build-up plays, and a cutback, and his teammates scored. And the second was nobody can talk about it, you know, the pass and a support chance. You don't give Kevin this kind of chances, you know, of open space for him to take shot, and he killed it, you know. So he's on top, and as I said, Belgium is another team that you have to look up for.
They look a little bit creaky at the back. For many years now, we've talked about this back line is getting older. And
correct.
Older. But a good sign, Eden Hazard coming on and having an impact as well. So they're looking threatening. Another team that's looking threatening.
I want to have this guy on my fantasy team, man. Dumfries, what a fantastic player so far, and the goals he's been scoring as well. I mean, Netherlands look really solid to me as well. What do you think, Nazri?
Okay, I mean, I'm if you talk about for World Cup or European, I'm always
for the
support Netherlands.
You're a total football fan. Yeah?
Yes, I totally.
4-3-3.
I always hope that one day they will win something World Cup or European Championship, but they always bet, up and down. And again, with the miss of Van Dijk, is basically I feel like it's something missing. But again, I said you never know. This case they started not so well. They are building up the game slowly, but it's all about in a tournament. You build up every game by game. Of course, this guy, from nobody, and then is somebody, and now he can be one of the hottest striker. Everybody want for him. So as I said, you look at it when they are as a team, there's a unit. So that is very important.
And De Ligt returning, they looked a lot stronger at the back end than against Ukraine. But Ukraine actually, this is a good attacking team. They've scored 4 goals. All right, they missed a penalty. It is only Northern Macedonia, but interesting game. For me, the highlight personally watching it was seeing this guy. If you get a chance to go back and watch the game, 70 minutes, banging a drum, and he's really banging it. Doesn't seem to be aware that it's not going to be making any sound while he's doing it. But that's a roundup. I mean, as we look at the group tables, what do we see?
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking, obviously, going to match day 2. Obviously, the third 3 groups, Group A, B, and C, very much they played their 2 games already. Of course, D, E, F, they still have the games coming up. Very exciting stuff. And if you look at the table, some teams actually still have a chance to qualify third. 3 points may or not be enough, right, to get you to the
4
next
points,
round.
you can be pretty comfortable.
Points,
I would think Wales are in a good position,
spot,
even though they're playing
Fairies,
Italy. Italy, Belgium, Netherlands are obviously through. Everybody else still has something to play for.
Very
Interesting
open,
that even the bottom teams could still get out of those groups because of 3 teams going through if they can win that game. So a lot still to play for. So let's talk about those. Germany, Portugal, how are you feeling about that, Ash?
Well, James, based on that last game that Portugal won, I'm kind of fancying their chances against this German team. I don't see Germany actually going through. I think they just lack that depth right now. Maybe they're just not in the right, state of mind. Maybe Nazri, you can take us through that.
What's your prediction?
Yeah,
Nazri?
what's your prediction?
Okay, I mean, again, as I said earlier, Germany is always there in the quarterfinal, the semi-final. The team that always will come up slowly and surely. That's what I believe. Portugal, yes, is in the driving seat. He got 3 points in the first game, but he have to be very careful. This game they have to be very cautious. Okay, Germany will go all out to get the 3 points. They have to win. They have to win. So, as I said, this game will really very, very hard to predict. But again, I think Germany will come up to get a result. This is what I believe.
So let me ask you a question. This is an interesting game here for Germany,
Correct.
right? They've got no points. They've got Hungary in their last game.
Correct.
They've got to fancy their chances of beating Hungary. If they can get a draw in this game, that would be 4 points. They'd basically be through.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they go for the win and lose and go into the Hungary game with no points, they could be out. As a coach, how would you approach that?
I mean, again, we don't talk about for me as a coach, so we have to take one game at a time. So this game is important. First of all, you have to go for the 3 points. That's what you want. You want to get a win, to be more safe and to be secure. Okay, and in this game if Germany won, it'd be very open. Okay, and of course, France is playing Hungary. It's easy for them. He will get a 6 point. So again, I will go for it. I get the 3 points. Hungary comes in the later part. Once you are there, I'm sure that your confidence level will be higher. So when you come to Hungary games, it'll be easier. That's what I believe.
The other big game.
Ooh.
Here we go again, hey?
There we go.
So England, Scotland, it's interesting. I mean, we have the rivalry here, Singapore and Malaysia. I often tell people, don't look at how Scotland are playing. Don't look at their players on the pitch. If you take the 11 players on the pitch, you would take England every time. Somehow in these games, England always play a little bit nervous, and Scotland always raise their game. So what are you thinking for this one?
Yes, I mean, as I said, like what you mentioned earlier, Singapore, Malaysia is like you don't care how it is. The result is more than players are basically when you go to the pitch, they are fire up.
Yeah.
Okay, and same goes to Scotland. Again, as I said, England, they have a very good team, we got a good play around, but I see the last game where they played, the last game when they won, but they really didn't pull up, especially create all. Especially Harry Kane's was not so much, I don't see so much in it. So Scotland basically will come and go for it, and they'll be a do or die again game. And
they need a result. Scotland need a result. Of course, we may see a few more interesting hairstyles.
Look at James, whenever it comes to hair, he immediately looks at me.
Because I'm not qualified to talk on the subject of hair. We've established that. So I was saying before the show, look, they're all doing the Calvin Phillips. I got corrected.
Okay, so everyone, just a correction. So Aubameyang, who didn't make the Germany squad, he has the same hairstyle. It's based on a rapper called Travis Scott, if you all know. He's dating Kylie Jenner of the
Now we're going off on a tangent.
So we're going off on a tangent. So TAA, he obviously decided to debut
but I
his new
say
hairstyle.
if I'm TA, I'm copying Calvin Phillips.
Exactly, because he's the man of the hour, right?
So the question becomes, who are they copying? Are they copying Travis Scott? Are they copying Calvin Phillips?
Hopefully it's Calvin Phillips.
We'll see. If Calvin Phillips has another man of the match performance and more people do this,
could be like Ronaldo at 2002
then
you'll
know where it's coming from.
There we go.
So just to wrap up here, as you go into those last matches in the group stages, if you're Italy, right? If you're Belgium, if you're Netherlands, and you've got 6 points in the bag, and you're the coach, would you rest some players to try to keep them fresh for the next round? The whole team, like England, Belgium did at the last World Cup, or some of the team? Or do you try to keep that momentum and keep the team playing together?
Oh, okay. I mean, if me as a coach, okay, we already got 6 points. We are clear to the next round. I believe that in the team you have 22 players, or everybody got a chance to play. Okay, so for me is I won't change the team completely, but against I will save a few players that to basically avoid them from getting
you've got 5
injuries.
subs as well,
yeah,
right?
So yes, exactly.
You could maybe rest 3 or 4 players at the start and then get into the second half and start taking people off early.
Yeah, and also as I said, all the players, everybody is important in the team, so it's about time for giving a chance to other players to prove themselves that they deserve to be in 11. So for me, it's again, as I said, I mean, I don't really see that, you know, I have to take care of, I mean to save my star players, but again, everybody has to step up, and this is a team game that everybody must be ready to perform and to give their best.
Very good. So I think that's all we've got time for.
Yep.
But really, thank you, Coach. Thank you for coming in, sharing this with us. As a fellow Spurs fan, I hope Harry Kane sorts himself out as well. And have a good tournament. Good luck training again with the under 23s, right?
Yeah.
You've got training
All
again.
the best to them as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
All the best, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
So now we have part 3 of our Super Skills Challenge for the SPL players. We saw Amiruldin take the lead last week ahead of Taufik. So who do we have this week? Let's go down to OTH and see.
Which challenge are you looking forward to the most today?
Yeah, actually I'm looking forward for the 50 challenge because I think that's my forte. Yeah.
Okay, the most important question, which team is your tip to win the Euros?
I personally support Portugal, but then I think France will take the Euros for this time around.
Which player do you think will stand out in this tournament?
I think Mbappe, you know, but then I'll always be rooting for Cristiano, so let's see how it goes this Euros. I think the challenge was quite tough, you know. We just put in goal and then he's a top keeper, so I think I had to buck out my abilities a bit. I took things too easy today. But nonetheless, it was a good challenge, it was a good workout for me. So yeah.
That's right, great stuff from Fareez Farhan from Geylang International. He's now 3rd on the men's leaderboard, as you can see, with 70 points. Well, we still got Taufik and Amiruldin, you know, right at the top there with 190 points. So we've also got a couple more players left to go. So I'm definitely looking forward to who's going to win the men's challenge. Of course, before we go to our guest here who's in the studio, I just want to remind you guys to stay till the end of the show because we're doing the draw for the one and only ZLATAN signed jersey. I want to win this. I think I'm going to take this one home. You know, he's such a player. What a legend. So, I mean, stay tuned till the end of the show to find out who wins. But of course, in the studio today, we have a very special guest, right, James? We have Derek, former national shuttler, who's here with us in the studio.
We have to say Olympian.
Yeah, Olympian, yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Games silver medalist.
Hi, James. Hi, Ash.
Fantastic.
Good to be here.
So what are you up to for badminton these days? Are you still playing? Are you coaching?
Badminton, I'm playing a bit with friends, and I'm also coaching.
I bet your friends love playing against you. Do you play for money or no?
We don't.
Okay,
we don't.
okay.
Yeah, because it's unfair, definitely. Even with my left hand, I think it's unfair. I'm right-handed, by the way. Yeah.
But do you play your wife? Because your wife also a national shuttler, right?
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we may get into a bit of tussle. If
Gets
we
competitive, yeah.
It gets very, very competitive with my wife.
Okay, and you've got an academy as well, right?
Yes, I do. So for this academy, it's mainly for kids, aged between 5 to 12 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So my kids, they come in, and what I want to do is to really teach them the proper foundations and the proper basics when they come in. Yeah.
Okay. So you're here to talk about football, though. Now, Derek's the first to admit he's a Premier League guy, and
Yes, I am.
but I have to say, I mean, he's pulled a bit of a masterstroke here. But firstly, you know, last week we had Ernie and Ash, and we talked a lot about forwards and loading up the forward line. But you went a bit of a different way here, yeah?
Okay, you see, as a player, I was a very offensive badminton player, right? and I knew my weaknesses.
Okay.
So what I did was I pumped up my midfield and my defenders.
Yeah, that's a powerful defense right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've put the money in the defense and in a couple of the midfielders with De Bruyne, Fernandes, Foden, and yet Yaremchuk is scoring the goals. Somehow this is working.
Somehow, yeah.
I don't know how much longer it will work for.
Yeah.
But again, Derek perhaps wasn't so up to speed on the current events.
Yes, I was.
But Arnautovic did okay the first game.
He did,
right?
Yeah, but he got suspended.
And then he went and got a little bit racist, allegedly.
Yeah.
And Bodo, you need to get out. Bodo's not even at the tournament, dude.
I think he's cheap.
He had a great under-21 championship.
He's cheap, so I'll just keep it in.
Okay, fair enough. You've also got a token Welshman, just like Ash.
Very good. Nice
Ampadu.
one. Yeah, take us through that.
What was the logic of picking Ampadu?
Ampadu?
Yeah.
He-
On your
Ampadu.
substantia.
Actually, I also don't know.
Cheap. Yeah, cheap.
Cheap.
Those Welsh players,
Yeah.
they'll do you good. You know, I was talking with Derek yesterday before we were coming on the show, and I asked him to share with me the team, and you know, I'm very competitive myself, so I didn't want to tell him that De Bruyne is injured and De Ligt is injured, and then De Bruyne and De Ligt played, and De Bruyne scored points and De
Yep.
Ligt got a clean sheet,
Yep,
and
De Ligt
suddenly
scored.
I looked like an idiot, and
Yeah, he did.
Derek had a masterstroke, yeah. But you've got your creative midfielders, yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So
I'm pretty satisfied with what I have now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things turn out as we go.
But
Yeah.
you're going to have, you know, potentially. It looks like most of these players, once you sort out Bodo, it looks like most of them will make it to the next round.
Yep.
And that's where things start to get a little bit interesting. So we talked in the previous episode around using the chips. So Derek, this message is for you as well, okay?
that's good, that's
Don't
good.
tell her, you know. You've got two chips in this game. You've got the wild card and the limitless. And you need to think carefully about when you use these. So just to be clear, wild card, right? You get unlimited transfers within your 100 million euros that you have. And whatever transfers you do, they stick for the tournament.
Wow,
So
okay.
so when you make that change, you can change your entire starting 11, your entire bench without losing
Might have
any
to do
points,
that.
and it will stay. But then you've got limitless, and a couple of you I've spoken to, they use limitless already for match day 2. Limitless gives you unlimited transfers with unlimited budget, which means you can put in Ronaldo, Mbappe, De Bruyne, Fernandes,
The dream.
everyone, the dream team.
Yeah.
But it only lasts for one match day, and then your team goes back to your old lineup again immediately afterwards. So it's temporary. So my tip, for what it's worth, I think I'm about number 200 in the table right now, but my tip for what it's worth is if you haven't used your limitless already, use it for match day 3 and look at teams that need to win and are playing perhaps weaker teams.
Yep.
There tend to be more goals. The reason I'm not suggesting limitless into the knockout stages is because the knockout stages tend to be a lot less goals. They tend to be very cagey affairs, 1-0. You could consider round of 16. Wild card, I would suggest you keep that wild card and use it for the transition from the round of 16 to the quarterfinals. And the reason is at that stage you only get 3 transfers, but potentially 8 teams are leaving the tournament. So you could have a lot of players get knocked out in the round of 16, not in the quarterfinals, and you've only got 3 transfers. So that's going to be my strategy, which will propel me from the heights of 200 to the heights
there
of
we go.
189 or
Yeah.
thereabouts. So Derek, you're thinking about transfers already? Are there any players in the tournament that have caught your eye that you want to bring in?
Not yet, but I will go and
Maybe thinking maybe an Italian
Maybe,
here or
yeah.
there to get into that lineup the way they're
Definitely,
playing.
Definitely, maybe I'll get 1 or 2 Italians in.
And you're sticking with your defensive.
I may maybe
tactic.
pull up one person
Find
to
one
the top.
striker,
Yeah,
yeah.
one person to the top.
get at least one
Caselli,
striker in
maybe,
there.
yeah.
I think Yaramchek, I don't want to jinx him or anything, but I'm not sure he's going to get past around the 16. Gut feeling,
Yep,
but
yep.
okay. So,
Great tips.
have you been watching many of the games, or I know you've got a young baby,
I do.
So,
Yeah.
so
So I've only watched a couple of games,
Okay.
and I saw Yaremchuk score the
Yeah.
goal. Yeah, yesterday.
cracking though, yeah.
Very good. very good.
I'd have thought, with a young baby, getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning is quite
Yeah.
quite natural for you to watch. the
Yes, it
matches,
is.
no?
It is.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a natural routine for me. Once she
Yeah.
starts moving or crying a bit, then I just have to carry her, make her
Aw.
go back to sleep, and then can just watch.
Then you
watch the stuff.
watch whatever you want to watch. Right? That's a good way to be. Okay, so thank you, Derek, for joining.
Thank you.
Those of
Thank
you
Jim.
playing the league, you can see where Derek is in the league and see if you're beating an Olympian. You may not beat him at badminton, but you can beat him at fantasy football.
I
Could be
think
your only
definitely
chance.
yes.
So thank you again for joining us, Derek.
Thank
we
you.
are going to go back to OTH
Yep.
for our ladies challenger. Who have we got as our ladies challenger this week?
This week we've got Chris Yip-Au. So let's see how she does.
So Chris, which challenge are you most looking forward to here?
Perhaps the KPRP, yeah.
Okay, all the girls are telling us you're the KPRP champion, so you've got something to live up to there, yeah?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Okay, and European Championships. Tell us, who's going to win?
I think France. France is, I think they have a very high chance of winning, especially after a really good World Cup, the past World Cup. So I think they will do pretty well.
Okay, and who's going to be the player of the tournament?
Oh, I would think it's Mbappe. He did well, he really did so well in the last World Cup. I think he caught my eye, especially that he's very young and he's confident. All the skills he brings onto the field, that is really very nice. I think I enjoyed watching him so much that I'm actually looking forward to watch France play.
Okay, so let's go see you do your Mbappe on the pitch. Let's go.
I'll try my best.
So Chris, how do you think it went?
I think it could have been better, but seems like my left foot is better than my right after this pandemic.
Yeah, I gotta say, you take weak foot penalty with your left, but then you take the crossbar challenge with your left as well.
Yeah, first time, surprising.
And I have to tell the viewers, during rehearsals, every time with the left foot was hitting that crossbar. But hey, keep you up your challenge, you said you were gonna do well. We stopped you at 100.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And there's a wind out here as well, I tell people.
Yeah,
so
the
well
wind
done,
is
Chris.
is really so strong, man. I thought it would do my ball away. I mean, it did going to the end, but okay, I recovered kind of.
So
yeah.
50 points for you.
50 points?
Yeah. Who do you think's going to be the biggest challenger for you here?
Maybe Hui Sing.
We said, yeah. Huisin's the one to watch out for. Okay, Chris,
Yeah.
thanks for coming down. Good job.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic stuff from Chris Yip-Au, an icon in women's football. I'm so proud of her. 100 KPRPs that she did in that challenge. Of course, in our skills challenge every week, we also compete with some of the women's players and the men's players. And Ernie is at the top of the table right now, but we still have many other players left to go in the challenge. I'm looking forward to find out who wins for the ladies. But for now, we have a very important part of the show, which is our Euro quiz. I know James is very nervous because this week is his chance, his turn right after my very worrying last week's episode. But anyway, of course, we have Ravi here with us, our guest. Welcome to the show, Ravi. Thank you so much for being part of the quiz. Of course, I can see from your kit which team you're supporting. Maybe I want to ask you as well, why Italia?
Hi Ash, hi James. I've supported Italy ever since Paolo Maldini time. So I really admire him as a player.
So do you think they have what it takes to win this year?
Initially, I was not so confident, but seeing how they have performed in the past 2 games, I guess the key is the defense. If the defense is super tight, I'm sure if the strikers can do their job scoring, I don't see why Italy can't spring a surprise and win the Euro.
Speaking of defense, James, do you think you can defend our, host score?
I like that. Now it's if I lose, it will be I lost the host undefeated record. Yeah. Okay.
It will be a tough one for me.
Like that.
more worried than
Okay,
you are,
guys. All right. So let's get down to the quiz. Ravi, you get first dibs. You get to pick which set you want, set A or set B.
I think I'll pick B.
Okay, fantastic. That means, James, you start first.
Okay.
And question number 1. At which stadium did Davor Suker score his famous chip over Peter Schmeichel's head for Croatia against Denmark?
Are there
Is it
options?
A,
or?
B, or C? I was gonna start dancing. A is St. James Park, nice one. B, Hillsborough, or is it C, the home of Liverpool, Anfield?
I'm gonna go with B, Hillsborough.
That is correct. It was Suker's 90-minute trip over Denmark. Schmeichel led Croatia, of course, to a very comprehensive 3-0 victory. Ravi, now it's your turn. Question number 1. Which team did not advance to knockout stage in Group C? Was it A, Germany, B, Czech Republic, or is it C, Italy?
I would say C.
That's right. The answer is Italia.
Well, Germany, Czech Republic got to the final. What kind of question is that?
Just for context, guys, this is about Euro 1996, in case I actually didn't explain it earlier on.
Yeah, it could be any tournament. Whatever tournament you want.
I was still like a baby at that time. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, question number 2. 1 point each here, guys. Okay. Good start. Okay, question number 2, James. Which team went out of the finals having not managed to score a goal? Is it A,
Turkey.
Italia?
It's Turkey. It's the shirt you're wearing. It's Turkey.
Ooh, yes, that is
No
right.
points, no goals.
It is C, Turkey. I like it. I mean, I wish that Turkey squad actually played in this Euros. But anyway, let's go back to you, Ravi. Your question is, UEFA Euro 1996 was the first European Championship to feature how many finalists? Is it A8, B16, or is it C12?
Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. UEFA Euro 1996 was the first European Championship to feature how many finalists? Is it A, 8 finalists, B, 16 finalists, or is it C, 12 finalists?
I would say it would be 12.
That is correct. It is C. Hey, it's wrong.
It's 16. It's B,
16 finalists.
1992 had 8. They went up to 16 because of all the Soviet Union and Eastern Bloc
I remember.
countries suddenly appearing. Yeah.
All right, so you actually stole that point.
No, I didn't steal because there's multiple choice. So
okay.
Still 2-1, but still in the lead.
Still in the lead. All right, so it's 2-1 now. James winning. Third question. It's about my beloved team that I'm wearing now. Okay, no, actually it's not. Okay, question number 3. In the Euro 1996, which nation took part for the first time ever? Was it A, Croatia, B, Portugal, or was it C, Scotland?
It's Croatia, it's also Czech Republic, it's also Russia, but I'll give you Croatia.
Yeah, you are wearing the jersey, that is correct. It is Croatia which took part in the Euro 1996 for the very first time. Ravi, it's back to you. What was the brand of the first coloured ball used in Euro 1996? Was it A, Puma, B, Nike, or was it C, Adidas?
Adidas.
That is correct. It was the Adidas
Questra. Yes.
Nice. I really like Adidas in their names, so nice. I think it's question
4,
right, for you. Okay, so my table is all over the place now. Okay. If you don't know this, I don't know, man. It's about your...
I hate it when you do that.
It's about your 3 lions. Okay, question number 4. Which year did England FA drop the plan to bid for World Cup 1998 in order to strengthen its bid to host the Euro 1996 finals? Which year did England
multiple choice?
drop? No, it's open.
You get multiple choice on Germany, Czech Republic, or Italy, and I don't get multiple choice on that. It was, so the story with this one is that they were bidding for the World Cup, but other countries were bidding for the World Cup, and they didn't want to upset France. And it was 1990, was it 91 or 92? I'm going to say 1991.
That is correct. It was 1991. Actually, I have to say that's really impressive.
It's a ridiculous question, but lucky I know
Nice
a lot
one,
of
Mark.
nonsense.
Nice
How
one,
is that a
Mark.
Euro 96 question?
Don't ask
What
me.
year was the top goal scorer born? Go for it.
Don't ask me. It's your fantastic
Okay.
trivia question master. All right, Ravi, your question number 4. This is, I'm pretty sure you know this. Who was the top scorer for the Euro 1996?
David Suka.
No.
You want us to try?
Alan Shearer, 5 goals. David Suka had 3.
It was Alan Shearer, that's right, with 5 goals. Kind of like reminding me last week when I hit Griezmann, kind of knew that was the answer. That's right, James has an additional point, I believe. How many
Yes.
points you have now?
5.
You have got 5 to Ravi's 2, but we're gonna finish the quiz,
give
all
me
right?
another nasty one. Go on.
All right. Another one. Paul Gascoigne celebrated his spectacular goal against Scotland by putting himself in the dentist's chair.
Yeah.
Who was the first player to spray water into his mouth?
So it always looks like Teddy Sheringham, but it's not Teddy Sheringham, it's Alan Shearer.
That is correct. It is Alan Shearer. The celebration is actually in reference to a drink-soaked night which occurred on England's...
Kong.
Yeah, what were they
Bit of
doing
Asia
in
in the
Hong Kong?
European Championships there. Yeah.
Very cheeky. All right, I'm going to give Ravi the chance to answer the last question, our fantastic guest today. So Germany, question number 5. Germany won the tournament, obviously, beating the Czech Republic 2-1 in the finals. What any of the one of 2 unique call-outs for this game? What were one of the unique
things about
Yeah,
this game? Yeah?
about
What
the
was
unique-
unique about this game? Yeah.
Correct.
Anything in particular stand out?
Anything that stand out?
About the country or the team?
I can think of 2 things. One about how they won it,
Yeah,
and one about who won it. Yeah.
yeah.
Was it how the goal was scored?
Kind of. Yeah.
One goal?
No.
The type of goal, maybe? The type of...
Bierhoff scored the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But what was special about the goal?
Yeah, what was special about the goal?
Was he using his back?
Oh, it was the first ever golden goal.
Yeah, the first ever golden.
It was what we call in baseball a walk-off. They score and
Very
go home.
interesting, and we're
And I
learning new
guess the
things.
second thing was that it was the first time Germany won it as a united
Unified.
Germany. Yeah.
Very cool, without the East Germany stuff. All right, great stuff, guys. Thank you so much, Ravi, for participating. You know what?
No worries.
Today the questions were very much, in James's,
Yeah,
it's all the
you
England
should have
and the
picked A. You
Scotland,
should have picked A.
the Scotland stuff. All right, Ravi, we just to thank you for being part of this show. You get to choose which Euro 2020 merchandise you want. Of course, we've got some scarves and of course some trophies. So thank you so much for being a part of it. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ravi. And next week we will have another challenger. And Ash, look, we have an undefeated thing going on here, Ash. Don't be the one that lets us down, right?
I'll do my best, guys. I'll do my best.
And people are queuing up to take you on. I gotta say, yeah.
All right, I'll do my best, guys. Thank you so
Anyway,
much, Ravi, for
thank you,
joining
Ravi.
us.
Take care, man.
Thank you, James.
Don't forget, we still have the Predict the Latest Goal Scorer contest. It's up on Facebook. You all need to leave your comments right below this post. It's going to be a very exciting game, but we also have some exciting moments here on this show. As you all know, the Euro 2020 show in Singapore is the only show that's giving away signed autographs to some of the world's top players. And our latest pick, of course, is the man himself, Mr. ZLATAN. Who doesn't want to win a ZLATAN jersey? We're going to be doing a live draw now. Hundreds of you took part in it. Thank you so much, of course, for your support. And we're going to draw the winner of the ZLATAN jersey right now. Wow, James is looking at it like...
I'm trying to find my own name. I can't find. I can see Melvin.
Everyone
I can
in
see
this room.
Melvin Huang, Lawrence Un, Kamarjot Singh, Terence Toe,
all our
Gocha
fantastic
Shin.
fans.
But let's give it another shuffle,
Yeah,
right?
let's give it one more shuffle
Everybody
before
who
we pick up.
entered on Facebook and Instagram before 12 o'clock today, your
Yep.
name is in here, and one person's going to win this shirt.
Oh, I have the honor of
Close your
pulling
eyes.
up. All right. Okay, just for fairness, Okay, the winner of the ZLATAN jersey is Bendarus on IG.
Bendarus on IG.
Benedict Isa Heng. Congratulations, Benedict Heng. You won yourself a jersey from the man himself. Oh my god. We have to interview you. We want to know what you are going to do with the jersey. Right, James?
Yeah, we'll definitely get some pictures on that for the next episode. So it's been a fantastic episode 3, but we've got an even better episode 4 coming up for you on Tuesday. We have as our special guest none other than another Singapore legend, Alex Duric. Will be right here talking about the close of match day 3 and how we move forward into the round of 16 from there. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, me too actually. We also have Su Wee Yong, the Singapore marathon runner, joining us to discuss his fantasy football tips. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, this is a guy who takes his football seriously. Liverpool fan, FIFA player, so we'll see what he has to say.
Yeah.
And since we have these Liverpool fans on here, we're going to be giving away a Virgil van Dijk signed Liverpool jersey on the show. He may not be at the Euros, but you can win his jersey.
Absolutely. And also don't forget to also leave your comments for our Portugal and Germany contest in the comments below. We're not looking at any other platform. You guys need to watch the show and comment below. So with that, that's the end of the episode, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you guys in our next one. It's on Tuesday at 8 p.m. We'll see you soon.